So what's our next game going in? Looks like we have Leviathan in red, Storm in blue, and Apex in green. So Apex playing their second game out of green this morning. They got off a good start, but unfortunately couldn't close it out in their first game. But they're playing, that last time they were playing teams like the Spartans. This time they've got Leviathan and Storm, who are perhaps not quite as experienced in this phase as the Spartans are.
No, well, we've got a couple of the members from Storm have been able to come down and train. I think they've done some training a little bit beforehand. But yeah, Apex and Leviathan. I think only Volley from Leviathan's probably seen the maze a couple of times before. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I think a lot of these teams, it'd be really interesting to see who wins this one. I think any of them could really take it out. Like, there's not really any one team that's just like standing, like, I don't mean that in a bad way, like standing out. I think they're very equal on their ability and their skill level. And I think it's just going to come down to clean bases, communication,
and what they're doing in the game, how they've decided to play the game out, what strategy they're going with.
In the chat, who's your picks to win this game? Come in the chat.
And see, we've got someone going for Leviathan there. I can't quite make out the name on this angle.
Yeah, Leviathan. All right, where is all the action? So we have Apex at red by the looks of it.
Yep, just doing a bit of dueling, trying to get those, getting the red defender out, which is a good start. No, that's outside the door, isn't it? So they're just doing, as we said, a bit of that dueling outside the door in order to earn the right to have a go at the defenders inside of the base. Player on the blue base, that's pretty conventional. Don't see any lights at green base, do you?
No, I don't. I'm trying to figure out where Storm's gone. I think maybe they've gone to red as well. So we had Kit Kats. So Lauren's at blue. Sorry, Cyrex is at blue. Kit Kat's at blue. And Bread as at blue as well.
So maybe they're dumped.
Well, Apex have gone down to blue. Apex had a little shot at blue after having a little bit of shot at red. Oh, they probably have dumped. Why did it take me to figure it out?
It's early in the morning.
Well, let's give a guess. Split dump. Yep.
Most likely a split dump.
We got a split dump. Okay. That poor ref in green is like, oh, you guys, why would you do this to me? To stare at the floor for 12 minutes.
I don't know. Sometimes you can get some very fun action when the other two teams are in a dump. We have not actually seen anyone in green. There's an attack on blue, though. Kieran getting Petras, getting blue base. Nice and clean. Well done. Looks like the action's up at red base now. There's blue players dueling red players, so I look at things. And possibly green players also dueling red players. As we said, it's a split dump, so you will see that. Again, no one has gone to green yet. It's an empty base, and it's been sitting empty for the first 2 minutes of the game.
Yep.
Because they were gone straight away, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
And none of the teams have noticed that yet. That's the advantage of the split dump. If you only see 2 or 3 players at your base, it doesn't occur to you that team has dumped.
That team is dumped, yep. And it could even be, teams maybe could have recognised it, but sometimes maybe whilst you've got kind of the other team at your base, you maybe just want to try and get those pack points because that base is...
We've got a packer going from under the base and gets denied as a blue defender comes in the front door. So well done, Cyrex, getting the denial there at the front door of blue base.
As I was saying, I think maybe some teams have recognised it. But if that base... Oh, here we go. Right, green's gone blue.
Blue destroyed. Marmaduke getting a blue base relatively clean. Just one shot of denial there.
I was going to say, like, if that green base is empty for the whole game, take your time. Like, if it's going to be empty... Be where you need to be to get your check points and to make sure that your base doesn't go down because that base will be empty the whole time. And as I say that, we have green coming back home.
A lot of green players back home. I do wonder what they're doing because they were all out at the bases. I mean, the other thing they could have been is they may have just been pushed out. They may have just had their defenders pushed right out because it was empty. Oh, we've got someone going at green. Rod's having a go at green base, gets clean, and Foggin taking that red base.
Maybe they've just gone back to a standard strat, perhaps. 3 at home, 2 out.
Again, they may have just had their defenders pushed out because there's no action to their base. So their defenders might have just been pushed all the way up, getting some nice little attack points, shooting the other bases in the back. Hopefully. Green are out to an early lead. The Apex players are out to that early lead. 3 bases.
Maybe that was their split dump. Get a couple base, secure us perhaps the lead, come home and defend it, and hope to God that no one's got our base. The only person that has was Rod.
maybe just also having just that 1 or 2 players set back, just keeping an eye on things and ready to call them home if it's getting close. Yeah, so lots of action there at red base. You can see red players set out outside, clearing out the players that were in their base. That looks like Whippet holding under red base there, doing a very good job. Oops, someone's just got in, and that is the leg. Getting that red base. Up on fire, under blue. Takes it safely from under and gets out. So Apex maintaining that lead with 2 bases. Storm actually are ahead of slightly on pack points. If you look, there is only 5k between them and Apex, but Apex are 2 bases up.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Nice. Yep. And Leviathan just not having any luck yet with the bases, although they have had a lot of defenders around red base. So maybe they're playing the slow game. Oh, as we say that, volley out attacking and getting green base. Caster's curse, right?
Yeah,
the moment you say something.
I wish I had nachos right now. We should get on
universe.
Stream, order me a pizza.
Oh, it's too early in the morning for pizza, I think.
What do we got going on? All right, so we got action at red.
Yep, K-Trap's going for red base and gets it. 2 bases.
Gonna whip it with 2 pack points. Good stuff. Red defending with 1300. That's pretty good. Almost coming up to halfway in the game.
Benson, 30 with no nonsense at bases so far. So probably anchoring for their team. Might have been the player that hung back on the keeping an eye on the base and making sure snuff it.
Yep.
So lots of action at blue, going for the base, underneath the base. Benson takes the base. So that is Apex through blue base, except Fuggin. Fuggin does have a red base already. So they've got a nice bit of base diversity going on there. K-Traps with both bases too. So they can split their time between those bases, although we've still got about half the game to go. So plenty of time for them to be up. Might be seeing another 10-base game.
And I think Blue recognise their base has gone down 4 times to the team, so they're going to have to make a decision about what they want to do. Because I know they're still in second, but they could, it'd be really interesting to see what they decide, knowing that 4 of 1 team's got their base, if they know that.
Yeah, although Leviathan Storm do have a pack point lead on Leviathan too. They're up a base, but they are also up 5k points.
Have a quick look at the 5x3 at the mid-game point.
And we're seeing Benson taking the red base and gets it cleanly.
That's really good what Apex have done. So you'll hear a lot in the stream, a lot of people saying offsetting your bases. So you want to try to never get 5 of 1 base in one go because you don't have any options, right? Yep. So if maybe, it gets a bit messy, a bit chaotic, you have options you can get bases for. So it's really smart what Apex have done by offsetting some of their bases. So if they need a blue, Fuggin can get it. If they need a red, you've got Bonfire and Marmaduke that can get it. So you've got options. Really good.
You can also roll bases really quickly, so they can get, say, Fuggin a blue base and then immediately race up to red and get the other player a red base.
Yep.
You're not having to wait that 30 seconds for the base to respawn before you take it again. Speaking of, we're seeing the leg taking green base and getting it cleanly. So Storm having to push it. They still got time if they wanted to catch up. We still got, 4 and a bit minutes?
Got Kit Kat, blue in the under position. I think Leviathan are at blue.
Yes, there's some red players running through blue right now. There's also red players still defending red.
And red as well.
Fighting the green players. We can see a couple of green defenders at home at green. The players are all defending teams are all defending their bases now.
Yep. You got Whippet is under doing a real good job. Oh, nice. Getting the shots off. Get that one. Yeah.
So you're having that's a position, that red base position there in that pocket. It's great when you have a teammate giving you good calls and you can time it. Well, it's shot out now.
Spin.
So good. Yep. So we're seeing this good, strong red defense. The defenders get shot at and immediately replaced by a teammate. Red is in green base, although the green defenders are shooting them out right now on either side of the base. That base is so open, it can be really hard to just get in and get set. You want to do that when the base is up so you can immediately start shooting it.
Definitely.
You do not want to sit in that box waiting for the base to come up. Shots into red now. It's denied. on Marmaduke there.
Whip it.
Good denial by Whippet. She's doing a great job sitting in that although her teammates in there now.
The blue's a bit empty. She's got Kit Kat under. Green's getting a little bit busy. What's up?
And again, it's not surprising the blue's a bit quiet because we do see a lot of people already with 4 bases.
Yep.
And red team are at green base, so they might head over to blue now. Very short run
as well. All the actions at green.
So yeah, Leviathan are catching up. They've got 2 bases now. Marmaduke going for a red base again. Oh, 2-shot denied once more. Whippet again with the denial.
Another deny. Good for her. How many points is she on now? 5k pack points.
5k pack points. No bases. She's having a great game.
Really good game. Got the leg having a good game as well. 10k with 2 bases.
A-Chat, 10k.
Benson get a couple of shots and he'll be able to reach 10k.
Oh, another player getting
fired to get denied.
Cyrex now going for green base and she gets it.
Okay, well, this will be a really interesting last couple of minutes.
Storm have definitely solidified that second position, I think, over Leviathan. They're a couple of bases ahead now. Leviathan have only been going after green base. They haven't gone after any blue bases, and there is a strong blue defense. Marmaduke now going for red. And this time, Whippet doesn't get the denial and gets it cleanly. Marmaduke, well done.
It'd be really interesting to see what to do because they need both green and red. And I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, I think you've got green at red still. And I think you've still got a few people down to green as well. So look at that.
Yeah, it looks like there's some players. I can see 3 different green players at green base. So they are defending that one strongly. They probably know that they're ahead and they want to make sure that no one else can catch up to them. They know that there's still a good few people. There's still 5 people that need their base. That is well worth defending hard when you've got up the base lead. Similarly, we can see a strong defense in red. Red have been defending their base strongly for games. They just haven't had much luck with getting to the bases, unfortunately. So strong defense is great, but you've got to get those base points too.
You've got to get your base points.
They have not gone after blue base, or they've not had any shots into blue base all game. Oh, we do see Big Red in under red. Gets it cleanly. So I'm not sure they have enough time to catch the text, but they are going to have to get behind. So a base and some quick pack or 2 quick bases.
You're going to need a base of each. Well, a base of each colour. Yep. Kit Kat needs. Well, Kit Kat could get one and either Rod or Big Red or even Cyrex to get their opposing colour as well.
And are we seeing the blue players at green base? I don't see them there. So
we've got the leg down at green, but he doesn't need it. We've got green players at home as well. A bit quiet on all the bases.
And there's the game.
Is that the game?
That's the game.
All right, let's go. All right, so in third place, we've got Leviathan on 26k with 2 bases. Storm, 36k with 5 bases. And Apex, 41k with 8 bases. Really good play by Apex. I think I'd love to know what their strat was at the beginning. I'm going to make an assumption it was let's go out, get a couple of bases to kind of get that lead, come home, and then we'll do I don't know, that's like a 2-3 or something. And it worked in their favour. Like I said, offsetting their bases, it gave them options, and you kind of never really knew who needed what in a way. You know how sometimes you see players getting a particular base, like your base, you go, okay, I know that player's got my base. Maybe perhaps I don't need to focus them so much. I know the other guy needs it. I'll focus on them. I don't think people knew that in this because they were just constantly going between each.
Yeah, no, it makes it a lot harder to keep track of. Yeah, Storm is actually, they've only got 5 bases. They were 3 bases behind, but they were closer than that in points. They were
really in the pack points. When you look at Kit Kat, he was under at blue, 5k pack points. Even Cyrex and Rod, 3k pack points. Leg sitting up on first place with 11k pack points.
We do have to pull out Whippet though. Only 6k. That was a fantastic game.
With 43 for her and then 32 against. Really good result.
3 juicy denials as well. That was a fantastic game.
Deny Queen.
So we've got another game heading in now. That looks like it is Spartans on red, Gribley's on blue, and the Vikings on green. So this will be the Vikings' first game of the morning.